So there are a lot of people out there, and they have guilty pleasures, right? They have things like movies or foods or songs or whatever that people dislike, that they have to kind of hide their enjoyment of certain things. And there's some people, they can make a pretty solid case for why their enjoyment of the Barbie Christmas movie should not be something they have to hide away in the closet, and they should be free to shout from the rooftops.
Are you speaking from experience, Nick?
No, hypothetically, of course.
Hypothetically.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm talking about Joe, actually. Anyways, so we have decided to create a venue for people to come forward and say, look, I have this thing that I enjoy that people hate, and I am proud of it, and I will argue my case. And so we have created a court for the people. We have created the Guilty Pleasures Court. Now, I myself have a guilty pleasure, and I have decided to be the guinea pig. I'm throwing myself upon the mercy of the court with judges Will and Joe. They're going to pass judgment as I make my arguments. And what I'm going to argue, maybe a little controversial, is that Call Me Maybe is a good song that you should not be ashamed of enjoying.
I don't know how you're ever going to prove this.
Yeah, go ahead and give us your case.
I'm starting from a very deep hole here. So do I have your, so your
You've
honors,
got a long way to climb, buddy.
Bring a shovel.
so your honors, do I have permission to begin my opening arguments?
Yes.
Yeah. Carry on.
Okay. Now, it is it is not controversial to say that Call Me Maybe is a very hated song. In research for this, I came upon an article that referred to the song as auditory gonorrhea.
They're correct.
And why didn't you just take that to heart, Nick?
Yes.
Well, the argument was that because of the song, if someone hums it and then it gets stuck in your head, it's something that they can give to you that will never go away. Like,
It's so true.
So in your head, you will hear the song, and you'll be humming it, or someone will give you their number, and you're like, "Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy." So I will admit, I will make the admission that yes, the song when it first came out was overplayed,
Sucks.
and that it was kind of beaten to death. The dead horse was beaten
When did
to
it
death.
come out?
2012.
2012.
Ew.
End of 8th grade.
What I will say is that the song lyrically is quite interesting. It's a little repetitive.
Okay.
But
I mean, bad.
Are you gonna present us with a lyrical analysis?
I'm not going to do a lyrical analysis. I'm going to try to keep this a little more concise because I respect the court's time. And I also respect the fact that I have to edit this later, so I'm not trying to get this out. But what I'm saying is...
Don't break the fourth wall like that, Nick.
They don't like it. They don't like it.
From a lyrical perspective, the song is actually kind of interesting. So it starts right off on the action, right? Threw a wish at the well, don't ask me, I'll never tell. This raises some questions like, what was the wish? Why is she throwing a wish instead of a coin into the well? Now, people say that line is stupid, but I think it's actually kind of neat because like it's what you're doing anyway, right? So you know it's kind of a wish, you're throwing it in there. That makes sense. Lyrically, it's kind of interesting. Also, it has a lot of string lines in there. So I am a fan of like violins and that kind of stuff in pop music. My favorite band is Electric Light Orchestra. I like to think I am a man of discerning musical taste, right? I'm not just out here, liking every pop song that comes out.
Yeah, you would like to think you're cultured, wouldn't you?
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor.
Maybe for a 13-year-old girl.
Okay, so there's that little string motif that is
Like
in the song.
Plucking.
Yeah, so at the beginning, there's a little plucking, and then there's the, hey, I just met you, bum, 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 bum.
It's hard to look right at your baby, but here's my number, so call me maybe.
Like, I think that's very neat. I do like the strings, so I'm a big fan of strings. I also think Carly Rae Jepsen has a good voice for pop music, I honestly think.
I disagree with that.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can't really change my mind on that. She really annoys me with her voice.
Okay, I guess I can't win that battle. But so I think the lyrics are quite interesting. There are strings that are in there.
We should play a sample.
Okay, I'll throw a sample in for the audience to listen to on the podcast.
Otherwise, how are they supposed to know unless they have to look it up themselves?
Because I sing in perfect pitch, right?
We try to run a fair court here.
Exactly, right. We'll let the people decide. It is the people's court after all.
Oh, no.
And so... I would also like to close out by saying that it has one of the best and funniest music videos out there. So at the beginning, right, you think that, she's into this guy and he's out there like mowing the lawn she's really into him, and she finally, gives him her number, but then it turns out that he's gay. It was just the ultimate just switcheroo. It's really funny.
Wait, was that actually what happened in the video?
Yeah, that is what happens in the music video, Your Honor.
Oh my gosh. I never knew that.
Okay, that's actually kind of funny. I'll give you a point there.
That is pretty funny.
So it has a very fun, clever music video that kind of goes against the grain. It's very different. Like it actually has like a plot to it. Like most music videos, or especially from that time, which is like, oh, look at me, I'm like dancing, I'm having a party, like woo, like that
You'll
Friday.
never beat the story of Stacy's mom, though.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Fine. But I would put this in the same vein as Stacy's Mom, where it's kind of a novelty song a little bit.
All right.
I don't think it's that much of a novelty song.
You don't think so?
It's the same topic as every other pop song.
Okay. Fine.
And you know it.
Well, I would argue that Stacy's Mom is the same topic as every pop song, except it's just that it's an older chick
and a much younger boy.
I mean, I can think of other songs like that.
Such as?
There's a Garth Brooks song, except the roles are reversed. I forget the name of it, but where he hangs out with that woman like during the summer. I forget the name of the song, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah.
So boom, Your Honor, I've just presented some
so
evidence.
Boom, Your Honor.
Okay, so what you're trying to do then, Nick, is you're trying to compare Carly Rae Jepsen to Garth Brooks.
That's not fair.
Indirectly.
That's not fair.
That's a stretch. To be quite kind.
I agree with the court. I do agree that, I mean, I'm a bigger fan of Garth Brooks than I am Carly Rae Jepsen. But I would just like, basically, I just laid out my case, right? I think that Call Me Maybe is not auditory gonorrhea. I think it is actually a good.
No, but it is. Song. Didn't we prove that it was, because you do get it if you talk to other people about it?
Well, it's catchy.
To be fair,
so was Baby. Baby was catchy and no one liked it.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean it's successful as a pop song?
Fair.
If it gets stuck in your head.
That's
Boom.
fair.
I think Nick might have a point here.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, there we go.
Saying it's gonorrhea, though, that's not horribly inaccurate.
Right, but being catchy doesn't automatically make it a bad song. I would say that if it's not catchy, then it is not a good pop song. How about that? Boom.
Actually, that's
understandable.
That is a valid point.
Boom. So, for my closing statement, I would just like to sum up very quickly by saying that I think the instrumentation is very cool in the song. I think that the lyrics, especially kind of the opening verses, are quite clever. It's a very Tom Petty kind of take to songwriting where it drops you right in the action at the beginning.
And now you're trying to compare it to Tom Petty too.
You are reaching, my friend.
Oh, you're on a roll here, buddy.
Yeah, you had some momentum. You just threw water on that fire.
Hey, check the basketball rulebook. Reaching is not a violation.
Uh-huh. This ain't basketball, is it?
My court, my rules.
So to resume my closing statements very quickly, I think that the songwriting, the verses are quite clever. I think that the instrumentation is very fun, and I enjoy it, especially the use of strings in a pop song, which is not something that's commonly used anymore, or ever was, really, kind of bringing kind of a different sound that you wouldn't get, kind of pushing that into the mainstream. You wouldn't normally get that. I think that's good for the genre. And I think that Carly Rae Jepsen has a good voice for pop. And I also think that the music video is very clever and funny, and again, is a little more sophisticated and has a little more going on than most of the music videos produced at the time and even today. So those are my closing statements. Case closed.
Nope. There's got to be the questioning and cross-examination, yada, yada, yada now. I'm looking at the lyrics right now, Nick, which you say are very clever.
I didn't say very clever. I said clever.
A great part of your argument was how clever the lyrics were. You compared Carly Jepsen to Tom Petty.
Only in the sense that at the beginning of the song, she throws you right into the action, right? There's none of this lazy build-up.
I mean, so did Britney Spears.
So? And she's one of the most successful pop artists of all time.
Nick, explain to me this line.
Okay.
Mr. Defendant.
Okay.
All right. She says, "Before you came into my life, I missed you so bad. I missed you so bad. I missed you so bad. Before you came into my life, I missed you so bad. And you should know that. I missed you so bad. Bad. How does that make any sense? Explain that, please."
These lyrics are so bad.
Explain that. How can you miss somebody if you never met them?
Okay, Your Honor, I cannot explain these lyrics, and I was actually going to bring this up. I was going to say that I do not like that line. It annoys me very much. Also like the line in the Christmas song, by Nat King Cole, where he goes, tell it to kids from 1 to 92. 92-year-olds are not children.
It's true. They're very old adults.
That line in
Unless you're one of them cool kids.
they're technically geriatrics, but
I believe they're boomers.
So I'll give you that. I will grant you that line, I missed you so bad, whatever, is bad.
You're the one on trial here, buddy.
Well, I understand that, but I'm just trying to plead to a lesser sentence. I'm trying to get lesser charges here. Because if I'm already at 0, if I can get up to if I can get up to 50, I think that's better. Because I know we're not going to hit a home run.
This isn't a baseball field, sir.
I think you're guilty. I think we're gonna have to go with guilty here. The question is, what is your punishment?
Wait a minute.
What's the punishment?
Hold on. I'm not sure if he is guilty.
Really?
Yeah. You have to admit, Will, he made a fairly a sort of convincing case for himself.
In what sense? So it is a catchy tune.
Let me just say this: if he wants to live in his delusion, and it's not hurting anyone.
So we're putting him in an insane asylum.
Yes. I think that's fair enough. He can listen to it on repeat in his padded room.
As he bangs his head against the walls.
I don't want to listen to it on repeat.
You just said it's a great song, is it not?
I never said great. I said it was good. I'm trying to argue that it's not bad. It's not refuse.
Refuse.
Yeah.
Big words.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't know, Will. What do you think?
I'm gonna have to stick with. I think the we'll have to put this man in an insane asylum.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
I think he has done a bad, but
he's done a very bad thing. He's trying to spread lies.
Yes,
throughout the population.
He's a communist.
Wait, what?
Stretch it now.
Wait a minute. This court is clearly biased. I'm taking this to the Supreme
You're right.
Court.
Maybe this should be declared a mistrial because it is a terrific song.
Thank you.
What?
Wait, what did I say? No.
What did you do? What have you done?
Nothing. No. Not true. No.
Cut that out.
You said
that
it.
out.
Edit that out.
Get the court stenographer. Let's go back. Read that back.
Hey, read that back.
All right. So, what is the final verdict? I can't wait any longer. It's killing me.
How about what do you think? 2 years in this insane asylum?
I think the final verdict is Will gets 2 years in an insane asylum.
Thank you.
For being so prejudicial.
Oh,
there you go.
Take him away, deputies.
Take him away, boys.
no!
We'll take you to the island of perpetual tickling.
Oh.
And as part of his punishment, he could listen to the song that he hates so much.
Thank you. Case closed.